Hello, viewers. Let's brew some delicious Korean rice wine. Today's episode is Sugok and the opposite of Sugok. What am I talking about? I don't really know. Sugok is soup, according to Google Translate. It's a Makgeolli recipe where you soak Naruk in water, and you either use the liquid part or the solid part of the Naruk liquid or the Naruk solids. So I'm going to try that in this video. So I'm using about twice as much Naruk as usual, 188 grams, adding 300 milliliters of water, and I'm going to soak that for 5 hours. And I'm going to stir it periodically. So I want to get as much of the Naruk essence in the water. I'm going to strain it in this cheesecloth. And I can only squeeze it so hard, so even the solids will have some liquid in it. I'm trying to get about equal amounts, liquid and solid. So liquid is 228 grams. And when I get the solids out here, it's 237. So if you add things up, you'll see I lost some in the cheesecloth. And then to both containers, I'm adding yeast. And so that the yeast works, I'm re-adding some water, 50 milliliters to the solids, just so the yeast has some water. So there's the Naruk liquid and the Naruk solids. So I'm going to brew separately with each of these and see what happens. So now it's time to make the rice flour porridge, the juk. And for the jar A, which is going to be using the Naruk liquid, I'm using less water in that one. That's to keep the water content roughly equal between jar A and jar B. So jar A, rice flour porridge, I used less water. I'm just trying to balance things out. I got this thermometer so I can monitor the temperature more closely. So I know when it's ready, and it's under 25 degrees Celsius, so I can put it in the jars. So this is the liquid Naruk, and this is the Naruk solids. And because it's the solids, I've adjusted the water content. There's more water. So hopefully that evens things out. Otherwise, just the difference in water content would make a big difference in the flavor and the fermentation. So you can sort of tell by looking at which one is the liquid one, which one is solid. A is liquid and B is solid. They're both fermenting. And on day 2, it's time to make the godebap, the hard steamed rice. So it's 2 batches, 1,600 grams of this the sweet rice. So you got to use the big bowl, a lot of washing. So it turns out I know this Sugok is one of the methods for brewing makgeolli or other Korean alcohols. Just don't know exactly what is what, so that's why I'm trying it both ways here, both using the liquids and the solids. It does look like jar B is foamier. Okay, I'm going to be careful here. I'm going to use the scale. I'm going to weigh the jars in between here and get the same amount of rice in each jar, stir it by hand, put it away to ferment in a dark place. Even on day 3, it seems sort of slow, so I'm going to stir it twice a day just to be sure. Okay, and it is fermenting. That's good. Okay, they're both fermenting. So far, jar A is softer and sweeter, and jar B is less broken down and starchier. Okay, now things have progressed. It's day 9. They do look a little bit different. Let's bottle them and compare. So the leftovers, jar A 317, jar B 492. So jar A, the liquid Naruk, that fermented better. So which is the real Sugok? Like I said, I don't really know, but let's compare them. Jar A has a sweet taste and is clearer. And jar B, the Naruk solids, it underwent less fermentation and it's cloudier. So overall, I'd have to say use the Naruk liquid, jar A. That's from this experiment, that's my recommendation. One of the differences I was expecting is that the Naruk liquid, jar A, would be less bitter than jar B. But I did not really notice that in this experiment. If you like this video, please click that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.